To understand covert narcissism, I have to jump back 2 steps. In my book, The Human Magnet Syndrome, I created the term pathological narcissist to explain the type of narcissist that codependents reflexively, predictably, and sometimes uncontrollably fall in love with. And those narcissists include 3 personality disorders: narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder, which is sociopathy. And in writing the material that would become the book, I I dove into narcissistic personality disorder and realized through the research that there were different variations of it, and that it would be more harmful than helpful to explain to people there's only one type of narcissist, and I'm going to use the term NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And the more I researched and the more it matched my own personal and professional experience, the more I realized that if I can explain to people the different type of pathological narcissists, then it will be easier for them to see themselves in a relationship with them, because the human magnet syndrome is largely a dissociative process. And in other words, the person falls in love head over heels, the cellmate phenomena, and and they don't really see the person in their full, real pathological self. And so the more information that I gave, it's like I could provide a mirror to them that they can hold up to their spouse, their significant other, and see them for who they are. So of the subtypes of narcissistic personality disorder, one of them was covert narcissism. So covert narcissism, first and foremost, is a person with narcissistic personality disorder. A personality disorder is a very, very important element to consider and to use practically in your life. A person with a personality disorder is highly psychologically damaged. Their mental, emotional, cognitive damage is on the level of brain. And in fact, they just did research where they showed how the sociopath, and I'm sure the covert narcissist would be very similar, the sociopath's brain looks different in an MRI than what a normal brain looks. So the covert narcissist is a combination of antisocial personality disorder. And as I was saying just a second ago, you have to understand personality disorder. That is crucial. In any of my explanations of NPD, borderline personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, the personality disorder is a mental health designation that signifies the psychological damage is so pervasive that the person with the disorder, does not know they have it. They do not see themselves as having a problem. They see the world in a very distorted manner, and the world is difficult for them. They are not difficult to others. They have such a deep sense of denial that they don't even know it. In fact, one of my favorite jokes I used to say back in the days when I did a lot of training is denial is an acronym. Don't even know I am lying. Except no is with the wrong letter. If you know that this individual has a personality disorder and you're in a relationship with them and you're a codependent, you are in denial about the reality of that fact. They can't change. They don't want to change. And if they did, they would not be able to. There's very, very abysmally low numbers of effective treatments. So let's start with the covert narcissist has a personality disorder, and they've had it their whole life, although they can't be diagnosed at age 18. The person with narcissistic personality disorder, first, they don't understand or know about it. They see the world as their oyster. In other words, everything is for them. They actually believe that that people should treat them preferentially, people want to listen to them, that they have great contributions. They believe that in relationships they should be in control. And they don't do it because they want to be jerks. They do it because that's what they feel is right. And they're entitled, they're grandiose, they believe they're special in ways that don't fit reality, and they are the center of attention. They're usually charismatic. They can be controlling. They can be passive, aggressively controlling. And the list goes on for what is narcissistic personality disorder. I am a psychotherapist who has a clinical diagnostic background. And so I give information based upon years of training and education and certification that is consistent from one person to another. So a person who is a covert narcissist, it's a combination of antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. So let me talk about the other side, and then I'll put them together. Someone with antisocial personality disorder has a disregard for rules and laws. They don't have empathy. They don't have remorse. They don't really want to or crave emotional, personal intimacy. They live by the pleasure principle. What feels good, do it. And if it involves hurting people, then they don't care. So they can cheat, lie, manipulate rather well because they have no cognitive dissonance saying, oh, you really shouldn't do it. What about their feelings? Which narcissists can have. They are calculated, cunning. They can be Oscar-worthy actors in a life where people believe that they're wonderful, giving, sincere, but none of it is true. So covert narcissism is someone with a personality disorder, someone who can be diagnosed by every clinician seeing them, if they have the information, as having narcissistic personality disorder, and they have traits of antisocial personality disorder. So we're dealing with people with narcissistic personality disorder who have sociopathic tendencies. And that is very important to consider because they know what they're doing. They plan what they're doing. They calculate what they're doing. They don't experience cognitive dissonance, that feeling of unease and anxiety of, it's having empathy. And so a covert narcissist is someone with NPD who is conscious of their NPD. They know that they're selfish. They know that if people should find out who they really are behind the mask, that they will lose everything they worked so hard to create. They are master actors and actresses who build a character that will help them in some way. More often than not, it's a professional. It's a character for the purpose of making money, prestige, or public social acknowledgement. And that is everything to them. That fulfills their narcissism. Because they're not sociopaths, they want to be in a relationship. They actually can love people. And when I say love people, love according to the narcissistic rules. They love people that let them be who they are and put them on the pedestal, which almost always is the codependent. So they have these deep narcissistic needs. They have an ability to have narcissistic injuries. Someone with sociopathy, if they get mad, it's not because you insulted them and all of a sudden they feel like, oh my gosh, how dare you? They just think you're being a jerk and you deserve to be hurt. And of course, they don't care. But the covert narcissist, if angered or if exposed, will have this exponentially anger, rage-fueled response. Anyone who's in relationship with a covert knows that behind the scenes, there's no mask. And I say this because one of my videos, which actually just hit 3 million views, and I still can't believe 3 million people view that YouTube video, is Don't Take the Mask Off the Covert Narcissist. And I bring it up now because everything that they have that is valuable to them requires that mask. And should you take it off, they will do anything to keep it on, to discredit you. And that's where the narcissism and the antisocial personality disorder interact. The person who is NPD is focused on their image. The person who has covert narcissism focuses on their image and uses it for personal, social, relational gain. That image is a tool to get them what they want. So the image has to be used in a way that delivers something important.